And we're back to another episode of Night Blue Tales. I'm Mo.
I am Firel. And here we are again, episode 42.
Dude, second week.
Second week, season 3. Can't believe that we're here again, you know? So, guys,
Yeah.
I mean...
I think so. So how we break the seasons, because every 20 episodes we're like, okay, let's switch seats. That's how you know it's a different season.
Actually, yeah. So, I mean, we only say seasons about glamour skit.
I mean, no, it's a break. Every 20 episodes.
But yeah, before we start a bit, guys, don't forget to subscribe, comment, and like Night Blue Tales on YouTube.
And follow all on socials, TikTok, IG, and YouTube.
So, Mo, why don't we give a little recap? We haven't done that. We didn't do that before, but give a little recap. How did Night Blue Tales start?
The recap. Okay, so this will divulge our age a little, but when we were younger, we used to watch an anthology series called Tales from the Crypt. So I like that we like the tales, and Night Blue grammatically in Bahasa doesn't make sense, but it sounds nice. So that's why we felt like those stories were very, you know, at our young age, in our teens, puberty years, you know, those stories were very creepy, horrifying, you know, at that age, and they had it's almost like a Twilight Zone in itself. But
and also, if you realize recently in the last maybe 5-6 years, a lot of 80s 90s films are coming back. They're bringing back the music, you know, the feel of it. So we're doing the same thing.
We're good. Yeah, why not, right? It's something familiar, something for everyone. Hopefully the new kids, the Gen Alphas, also enjoy it.
Thanks again, guys, for all your support. We really, really appreciate it.
We couldn't do this without you.
No, we can't. We wouldn't be able to.
Hopefully, season 3, we're gonna give you great storytellers, and we have one today. In fact,
yes, we do.
Who do we got?
Today we have actor, producer, director, and does a lot of things.
Yeah, he's a handsome man. I hear.
Handsome man, you
Very
know.
handsome.
I was also featured. We were also in a series together back in 2008.
Oh my God, so old. You are so old.
But ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Yusmail Ghazali.
Thank you, boys.
Yusmail.
Thank you, guys. It's my first podcast.
Yes.
You guys are popping my cherry.
We love to pop cherries.
Nice. I did a lot of TV shows. I hosted. My beginning was I was a TV host. I hosted Talent Time. I hosted travel shows. And this one travel show is the one that I want to share with you guys. This Night Blue Tales.
This is it.
Masa shooting lah. So but this one is not your typical shooting cerita hantu ke tak.
Right. So
I was actually doing a fun show.
Okay. Well,
It's a travel show called Jejak Pulau.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just slowly teasing you guys with that. Yeah. So this happened. My Night Blue Tales happened when I was on shoot.
Love it. I love you.
Called Jejak Pulau. I was the host.
Okay.
With Azura Zainal.
Okay.
So me and Azura, Azura's great. So we went island hopping lah. So that's the Night Blue Tales I'm gonna delve into lah later.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Straight away.
Hey, no, go ahead.
I mean, the table is yours.
You have teased us enough.
But I just want to go back to when you started off with mentioning Tales from the Crypt. I'm a big fan.
Right.
I'm a big fan.
Awesome.
I think I would stay up, you know, to watch because I was thinking about 11:30 late at night.
Yeah, super late.
It's Stephen. Is it?
I don't know. I think it's like another
one, right?
Another author, not Stephen King.
Not Stephen King. Right? Okay.
Yeah.
So I would remember this one episode. I think, correct me if I'm wrong. Like the guy from the Swamp. There was a Swamp guy who came out from the Swamp because. Do you remember this guy?
Is the two couples stuck on the that is the episode that stuck with me.
Stuck with me. Stuck with me too.
It's like a guy
who came out from the swamp.
Yeah, because this little swamp monster. It looked like a sushi wrap on the leg, but when it gets you, it like gets your skin and melts your skin away.
I don't remember.
It eats you. It literally eats you. That's the episode.
That's the episode.
That one.
Tales from the Crypt.
Two couples stuck on that like a wooden in the middle of a lake.
That's right. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, that's
So
interesting.
I was exposed to a lot of horror shows early on in my life. Courtesy, of course, my parents would probably rent VHS tapes, and we watch shows like Salem's Lot. Salem's Lot was something that haunted me lah.
Salem's Lot, Pet Cemetery.
Pet not so much, but Salem's Lot too is like, oh, the mention of that movie is like, okay.
They're doing a remake, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remake's coming out.
Series. Yeah.
Hey, series. Sorry, series.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's put it this way, like, I of course we know that they are around, right? The ghosts, the jinns, the toyols, the Pontianaks, all of them, the whole gang, the whole shebang, right?
The whole shebang, yeah, the whole crew.
The whole crew, right? They're all out there, right? Okay. So this one in particular, okay, let's just straight get into it, like, because this one is different from the normal ones that you hear, like hantu apa tu? Hantu tete,
hantu kopi,
hantu kopi, kan? And then okay, so let's go back to, I think it was year 2000 or late 90s.
Okay.
I was assigned to do the show lah. I got a job lah to do a show, 13 episodes.
Ooh.
Yeah, called Jejak Pulau for RTM. Okay, so this production house, I think, namanya Qplex Communications. So they got me in, and then I was paired with Azura Zainal. So we went around. So this one particular episode, we went to Sabah. So we did a couple of episodes in Sabah because there's nice, beautiful islands in Sabah, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so the first stop was this island called Pulau Tiga. So Pulau Tiga has a lot of names. The other famous name is Survivor Island, because they shot the second season of Survivor on that island.
Wow,
Yes,
second season.
you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, it was early days. So it's famously known as Survivor Island to the foreigners lah, but we know it as Pulau Tiga. Okay, and it's off the coast of Kuala Penyu. You take the ferry from Kuala Penyu. Kuala Penyu is about 20 minutes from Beaufort.
Oh, okay.
So Beaufort, that's basically like
Yeah.
paling bawah lah sebelum nak masuk ke Sarawak or that side.
I think that we did the haunted places. Beaufort was one of it in Sabah.
Beaufort, okay, Sabah has a lot many places, you know. That's but Beaufort is one of them.
Yeah.
So just to give you the landscape lah, the geography of where we are. All right. So and Pulau Tiga is the island that's downwards, paling bawah.
Okay.
Kalau kat west coast of Sabah. Okay.
Got it.
Yeah. So we took the ferry. We took the speedboat lah. Shooting biasa speedboat. Because kita nak shoot dekat the island, because the island is famous because they have this thing called mud volcano.
Oh.
So me and Azura were gonna film that lah, that the mud volcano and all that. Okay, so we went with sampai, and then after dinner, biasalah me and the crew. Nakal-nakal lah sikit kan, on shoot kan kita. We were smoking a bit, we were playing blackjack, not gambling, but we're just playing just to kill time because tomorrow morning we got to shoot, right? Okay, so that night, you just imagine the long house, okay, so the beds were like 1, 2, 3, 4 beds, single beds, right? And I was the furthest from the window lah. Yeah, because before that I heard stories. Okay, then of course I always tell myself, don't sleep next to the window. Wherever you go, shoot mana kan, window jauh sikit tak apa. Okay, so I was the furthest. So my director was the guy right under the. It's actually not a window. It's like an opening. So di rumah kayu, right? Just an opening. So he was there. So I think that night we were doing naughty things lah. So in a way, it wanted to visit what this boy's up to.
It smelled you guys.
It smelled lah, probably, right? It smelled our presence, right? And of course, not many people go to this island. So there's some company. So let's find out what this boy's up to. Okay. So the next morning, my director, I saw him say, hey, he's limping. Before that, he was fine.
Your director is limping.
My director. Okay, we're all guys. Okay, my director, he was limping. Pretty bad, you know. he was like couldn't put his left foot on the ground.
Okay.
So he was limping like that. Okay. I said, bro, asal jadi macam ni? Kita baru nak shoot ni. Kau dah macam ni susah lah. I said it will hold us back. Kan? And I jenis lambat lah kalau director dah tempang lah pula. It's a bad start. It's a bad omen, right? Okay, fine. So then he told me what happened. Okay, so he said everybody was asleep now. He saw a cross, everybody was sound asleep, right? Then suddenly he felt some macam water dripping. But he was next to the window, the opening.
Oh, he's right next to the window.
Yeah, so he was facing that way, not the window. The window's back here, up here, right? So suddenly he felt water dripping on his body. So he turned his body. When he turned his body to face the opening, right? Suddenly he saw this lembaga lah, this being, right? Long hair, covering the face, but it's inside. It's like peering inside there.
Oh.
He's not out. His half body is.
It's like curious.
Like that. So and then long hair, typical long hair. But the funny thing is, it's wet. This long hair is wet. That's hence why the water is dripping onto my director's body.
This could be a hantu air.
Okay. So, and then my director was shocked lah, of course. But the first thing he did, his reaction, was that he just swung his leg right like
Oh.
Tendang benda tu, the being.
Did he actually tendang?
That's what he said. Because he thought it was a person.
Yeah.
You know, somebody. Macam, you know, and then of course water dripping. So his instant reaction was just, dia tendang lah. So dia tendang. Bila tendang, benda tu keluar. Came out. Right. Wow. So then I asked him, so what has got to do with your leg? Kan? Kenapa kaki kau limping ni? So throughout the shoot, we were looking for a medicine man. Because because susah lah. Kita baru nak start shoot and we were doing few episodes in Sabah. And Pulau Tiga was our first one. Okay. So let's speed up the story. We went to another area. Okay. We went right up north to Kudat. Okay. So Kudat we covered 2 other islands lah. One called Pulau Balambangan and Pulau Banggi. Pulau Banggi is actually second biggest island in Malaysia.
Wow.
Pulau Banggi, look it up. Pulau Banggi. So we went to Pulau Banggi, and then someone told us that there's somebody there. Look for this person, this medicine man, bomo lah. Yeah. And tell him what happened. And inshallah he will cure your friend. So I was like, okay, fine. Throughout the trip lah, throughout the shoot, I kesian tau tengok dia. Pasal dia sakit kaki dia. Terus limping macam susah. I kesian pasal kita on the move. And we're getting on off boats lah, naik hiking lah. Biasalah kan.
So he was directing like that the whole time.
Yeah, he was doing that the whole time. So we really wanted to fix him up. We really wanted to fix this thing because it's unexplainable lah. Pasal kaki kau tidur tempang ni.
Tapi when he kicked the thing, he didn't feel anything when he kicked it. Or did he accidentally maybe hit the wall ke?
He didn't feel anything.
He didn't feel anything.
Probably he didn't even, I don't know whether he ever mentioned that or not, but he didn't feel anything. But the next morning
that's when he felt it.
Really felt it.
Yeah. So we filmed in Pulau Banggi, and then we looked out for this guy and we found this guy. We went to his little house.
So wait, how long was he injured?
4 to 5 days
4
already.
5 days, okay. Right.
4 to 5 days
Oh
already.
my God, that's painful.
From Tiga, and we went up to Kudat. Okay. Met up with this guy. I think this guy, of course, typical, very brown skin, burnt skin, islandnya person. But not that old. Not your typical bomo yang yang old, yang pakcik-pakcik. No. This guy was just macam nelayan lah. Macam beach boy.
Beach boy.
Macam beach boy. So we were all on the ground lah, on the floor, seated lah. Then I cerita lah, cik, kawan saya ni di kaki dia tiba-tiba ada dia tak boleh nak jalan, dia cakap. And then my director told the story lah. Told the story. So pendekkan cerita, dia ambil kaki my director tu, dia ambil, dia gosok, dia baca, dia gosok, kan, baca. And then suddenly he did this action of like pulling, like that. The whole experience, right, to me is so unreal, because of course you hear all the stories before,
Yeah.
you know, but now you see it right there, right in front of you. You nak gelak atau macam apa nak ada?
What is this?
What is this? What's going on here?
going on?
What is going on? Yeah, kan? What's all this? Baca-baca dan action tarik,
Right.
dan dia ambil botol, and then dia macam tu, dia tutup botol tu.
Oh wow.
So okay, it's fascinating though.
Yeah.
It's really fascinating because there's nothing in this bottle.
Yeah.
I tengok apa ni, dan dia tengok, dan dia suruh, okay, cuba bangun, cuba jalan. I was like, serious lah, dia bangun, dia boleh jalan biasa, kan, dia macam okey dah cik, okey dah okey dan I macam biar betul ni, kan, takkan nasihat, takkan, what's going on?
There was no scientific explanation, right?
Tak ada,
No,
tak ada lah.
Dia tak minyak gamak
Tak
ke,
ada,
no
tak ada.
oil, nothing.
Tak
Okay.
ada, nothing.
Right.
But the whole sequence took about, lama lah dia baca tu. Lama lah juga. I think about 4 to 5 minutes dia baca.
Dia baca apa?
Dia baca some mantra, tapi dia tak baca kuat.
Right.
Yeah.
More to himself dia baca. Tapi ada I could,
Ada bacaan lah.
Ada bacaan lah. I could hear there was ada bacaan.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
So then he showed me the bottle. Dia cakap, tengok. So aku tengok. Okay. Tengok apa ni? I'm supposed to look at, right?
Yeah.
There's nothing in there.
The empty
It's
bottle.
empty bottle. Tahu ni apa? Dia cakap, ini dia taring dia. Taring dia. Aku lagi kelakar atau lagi. Taring apa? Ini taring. Ni yang kawan kau tu tendangnya malam tu.
so the teeth. Taring is the teeth.
Yes, the taring of the hantu air stuck on my director's foot all the while.
How crazy is that?
When the Momo had to remove that.
Remove.
That's crazy. Teeth mark,
Yeah.
right? Teeth marks. Yeah.
The actual tooth.
The teeth.
Teeth.
Oh my god.
So I was like, dude, whenever I remember this story, kan, to me it's macam hilarious, but it's true. It happened, and look, I grew up. Of course, we watch a lot of horror, tapi I tak pernah jumpa, tak pernah nampak, tak pernah lah. This was the first ever experience of seeing something, you know, that's
It's close to the supernatural kind of.
close to the supernatural lah. Okay. I didn't see the hantu air. My director was the one who saw it, saw the being, and if I were the person to have seen it, I pun akan
Yeah.
kan, because dia macam ni tau, dia masuk badan dia macam tu. So you bayangkan ada opening kan, so it's like leering in like that, and then water dripping lagi. So I don't know lah, but my side my director saw kan, dengan ada some light coming in, the sunlight, I mean the moonlight, mesti akan amplify dia punya being tu kan. Tak nampak muka lah dia cakap. My director tak nampak muka, tapi nampak rambut panjang and basah menitik-nitik air tu. So you're right bro, it's the hantu air. So
Hantu air. Missing a
so
teeth.
the thing is, yes, that's the thing. So we went on and on and on after that, making jokes like this hantu air went back to his his
lair.
family or his lair, and then the friends was like, "Hey, apa sal? What happened to you?" So
That's funny.
It's funny, right? So, no, you will be like the butt of jokes like back in that world. Because he's missing a taring.
Poor guy.
Poor guy.
So did that Bomo ask, like, can you give it back to, like, is he gonna give it back?
I asked him, Cik, ini lepas ni nak buat gimana benda ni? Because I'm like still fascinated. At the same time, I'm happy because my director's food was all better. So that, you know, the shoot will be easier lah. Kan? Because it's done. It's healed.
Yeah.
It's totally healed, bro. From 4 to 5 days walking, limping, in pain. Kan? Dia bukan kita tak cuba, kita urut tau. Kita tak minyak. Yeah, we went to some sports. I think we went to some massage place. We tried, but it didn't work. Wow. He was still limping until we met this guy lah, dekat Pulau Banggi.
The dentist Momo.
Yeah.
He's probably specializes in the removal of the
That's so interesting. Can you imagine being that Bomo, right? And you can understand this other world, right? And you're like, ooh,
exactly. So I don't know how. I mean, this is probably all just tradition of the people over there. And
not making fun of them, just
no, it's
fascinated.
not. And of course, coming back to the question when I asked him, where are you gonna, what are you gonna do with this? What are you gonna do with this, right?
You still didn't see anything.
No, I didn't see it. Seriously, I couldn't see anything.
Yeah.
Tak ada apa kan. Ni nak pergi buang. Oh, okay. So I was more intrigued. Then suddenly I got really intrigued in what he does. You know, before this I macam couldn't care less lah orang-orang ni yang, you know, yang this
a bit of a cynic kind of thing.
in a way, you know?
I would be too.
Yeah.
Right?
What is this?
Because growing up, I've never encountered anything, and then of course I stay in urban towns and not so much in the kampungs, and so I was not really exposed to that kind of environment where spooky areas. I wasn't so much, and I didn't really do a lot of, you know, after school we remember that we would go to visit haunted houses. There's one in PJ, in Bangsa, in a lot of places.
Ghost hunting
lah kan. So I wasn't so much into that. So but when that experience, when I saw it, I was more intrigued. I asked him, so buang kat mana? Buang kat laut lah. Buang kat laut. Okay, so this is where they do it. And after that I found out the seas of Sabah, that area atas Kudat tu, memang banyak orang buang hantu kat situ.
Betul lah hantu.
Banyak botol ke buang-buang.
That's why the ghosts are wet.
That's why the ghosts are wet.
They're looking for the teeth.
Exactly. So probably that teeth kan, dia taring tu lah, dia tengah cari lah.
Yeah.
Kesian dia.
Just imagine walking around with that tooth in your foot. It's
Kaki dia
painful.
tak swollen, ada swollen sikit.
But it's just something painful.
But it's like tak ada kesan apa-apa of macam kena cocok ke.
Tapi did the Bomo say how big the teeth were?
He said it was like about this big.
Oh
He
shit!
said it was about this big. Because the bottle, I remember, I think it was some kind of bottle, macam bottle 70s. It's bottle old school tau. It's not even a proper bottle. Yang tak.
It's
like a rum bottle.
Yeah, exactly. This, macam asal dia botol lah, jadilah dia ambil je lah botol tu kan. About this big.
It's like a shark tooth, dude.
That is huge.
So that was my encounter lah, my first ever encounter with the being.
Right.
Wow. I didn't see it. You know,
like you were kind of like second degree.
but I was second degree. I was there throughout.
Yeah.
You know, until it was removed, and until it was in the bottle, and then but I didn't follow the guy to throw in the sea lah. I don't want to do that. I don't go to the dump site of ghosts.
Where was Azura this whole time?
Azura was with us.
So she was there watching.
She remember this story. Azura was with us.
Wow. Azura, if you're watching, comment.
Yeah, she will remember this story for sure, man.
Yeah.
So that was the encounter with Hantu Air. But after that, then I had another encounter. Everything's great now. So we're heading back. So we were along this road, going back to KK from Kudat. Kind of this road. And suddenly there was a lot of cars. There was a jam. Okay. By the side of it's just a two lane normal jalan kampung. Okay. Tapi tiba banyak orang park tepi. This was during the day though. Okay. Banyak orang park tepi. So kita pun alamak, apa ni? So kita park tepi lah. Pasal memang jam. Tak ada nak gerak. Siapa kena park, semua orang park tepi. And everybody was on the other side of the road. The other side of the road adalah shop lot ni, and that was the end of the shop lot. Lepas kat sini macam semua macam hutan, pokok tinggi-tinggi. And everybody had their phone
No.
pointed towards this tree. Towards this tree.
Okay.
Towards this tree. So I, being the busybody that I am, kan, I went to this. I think there was this lady lah. Cakap, tengok apa ini? Tengok apa? Dia tengok cakap, tu atas, nampak atas. Dia ada atas. Cakap apa yang ada atas? So I tak tengok lah phone dia, tengah tengok. What are they looking at? What's up there? Apa ni? I can't see.
Right.
Kan? Saya cakap, mana saya tak nampak apa pun. Ni tengok dalam phone. So I tengok dalam phone dia. Dia dah zoom tau. Okay? Dalam phone dia dah zoom. I'm macam what the hell? I terkejut macam terus. I was taken aback because when I saw her phone, I terus nampak benda tu.
Oh shit.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Terus nampak benda tu. It was, I think, they said lah, Pontianak lah. Tengah carry a small baby like that, and then your pose is like slide the sideways a bit, pegang baby, and rambut dia jatuh ke this side of covering this side of her face, when she's looking down like that.
Everybody.
Ooh,
Man, that's...
And it's not a crazy woman.
no, it's not.
Is that
Because it's high up.
Wow.
Tinggi.
I mean,
It's not just like 1, 2 levels. No, it's like 6, 7.
Wow, that's a tall tree.
It's a tall tree. And this being was standing on a branch. The tree and the branch. He was just there, like sandal lah. She's a sandal dekat the big trunk, right?
Yeah.
It's a branch like that.
it's in KK.
Just like that. This was on the way back to KK, still in the territory of Kudat.
How many cars were there around the
There were a lot of cars.
So a lot of people
A
saw
lot of cars. A lot of cars already parked by the side. A lot of cars are just slowing down. So traffic was slow lah. Tak gerak lah at that particular spot.
So,
Okay, so when I look at the phone, I nampak benda tu. And then I cakap, ish, takkan kot. Then I look back. And then I just like tengok.
You see it.
I nampak. I saw it in my naked eye. I saw it macam, apa ni? What? And I tengok pokok ni, tinggi pokok ni. I was trying to make sense of
I would
that
too.
situation. Cakap, because I saw this macam lady lah, rambut panjang, mata dia tengah tengok kita macam tu. Lepas tu ada baby kecil dia tengah pegang macam tu. Wow. I was like, shit man. But I think it was white lah. Of course white lah, wearing white, standard lah. I don't know why it's always white, but it's white lah. White, long black hair.
Easy for laundry day.
Probably right. So yeah, I saw it. This is the only time in my life I've seen something that I can't explain what it is.
Yeah, that.
I can't explain what it is because it can't be some stunned woman dia panjat pokok ni because dia tak ada apa, mana ada, dia tak ada harness, tak ada apa, dia panjat pokok ni, ada baby lah tu. Macam mana dia panjat dengan baby ni?
That's crazy.
Takkan, not possible.
yeah.
And you can visually see a baby. You
Yeah,
can see.
saya nampak she was cut macam tu pegang.
Oh my god.
Kan. And pokok tu jenis bukan pokok yang senang panjat pun. Pokok besar
Can
dengan some
imagine.
branches. So I looked at it dan nampak betul-betul, tengok, ada siul, there was something there. There's something there.
How did you feel? Did you feel like scared, or did you just feel like
I felt
intrigued?
But why? Because it's far. It's up there.
Right.
It's not creeping. I mean, it's not like suddenly
Right, yeah.
I turn his back there. I can't tell.
And some more, there's a lot of people around.
And it's a lot of people. And it's during the day.
It's during the day.
Yeah, you didn't
I forgot.
Yeah, it
You
was
said
during the day.
During the day.
dude.
So-
night or day, Pontianak.
So the thing is, night or day.
Night or day.
Kan? I mean, who would have known that it comes out during the day?
Wow.
So inilah the proof there, and that proof that it comes out during the day.
That's proof.
Yeah.
At that time, no social media, right? So
No.
Yeah.
There was not much.
Yeah.
It was just we had cameras on the phones, right?
Yeah.
So they could zoom and see.
What year was this again?
This isn't Kudat.
What year?
But this is
early 2000s. Is it?
early 2000. I would say early 2000.
Camera phones weren't great that time.
One great.
Weren't great.
Yeah, but
Wow.
you could see,
Wow.
still see.
God, I want to get
Yeah.
that footage.
Man. Well, probably just see like
So then when I asked around, got to know a lot of the local, dia orang cakap memang lah area Kudat ni memang banyak incidences. Yeah, so I rasa mesti banyak naik bulu tails kat situ.
Itulah.
Should do one over there or get some people to put that
That's what M wants to
to
do.
yeah.
Go somewhere there.
We are planning to go to
Yeah,
Sandakan.
I can Sandakan. Yeah, I mean some spots in Sabah are known lah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think because it's where they throw
Yeah.
Oh, right.
into the sea. Yeah,
Right.
it's
It
true.
goes- ends
Jadi
up there.
tempat pembuangan hantu-hantu.
Oh, yeah.
Some people buang dekat dalam hutan.
Yeah. That's
Kan, some just easy buang kat laut lah. And I think this is why sometimes kan of course bottles they come up to the shore. Tu budak kecil buka tengok.
That's it.
Dia akan terlepas balik lah.
That's it. That's it.
I think lah.
Dia jumpa
Dia jumpa balik lah gigi kita.
Gigi siapa ni?
So that
I
was
am
my.
so sorry for making fun of you. I'm just saying.
No, it is a funny story.
Yeah.
My creepy punya naik bulu tail hari ni sebenarnya
it's
tak
amazing.
menakutkan sangat.
Yeah.
Doesn't send chills down your spine sangat. But it's something that you thinking,
Yeah.
adalah ni maknanya kan. Because it's something that I can't explain. Scientifically I can't explain why my director tiba-tiba kaki dia is limping, kaki dia sakit, dan lepas tu something happen, buat some kind of ritual, tiba-tiba okay terus tau.
Yalah.
Bukan tau, dia okay terus. I capai
Almost immediate, huh?
immediate. He could stand up and then mula dia cuba jalan so slow, tapi cakap okay okay, serah okay.
You tak cakap director ni boleh berlakon lah.
I mean, just imagine to explain that scientifically. It's so hard, right? Like it could be many things, but at the same time, this was what it was. There was a tooth in his foot,
Yeah.
and then he couldn't walk, and this Bomo took it out.
I mean,
Bomo
that was
and
simply
Bomo
story.
basically solved everything for us lah, all our mystery. Macam ni siapa punya, hantu air punya, dia tarik, terkena patah bila kawan kau tendang benda tu. Patah. Okay, maksud
What, kau
maknanya
tendang?
Gigi.
so maknanya benda from this side of the world can actually go to our world
Yeah,
and get
definitely.
stuck in some part of our
crazy.
body.
Wow.
So that's the thing that I encountered. Yeah.
Wow. So
Not yours.
how long did you stay there looking at that thing?
For quite a while, because I was trying to see what I was trying to do.
Right.
Tengah tengok dia nak buat apa ni, apa sebenarnya tujuan dia duduk atas pokok ni pada tengah hari macam ni kan.
And all it took for one person to see it, and everybody was like, "What are you looking? What are you looking?"
Exactly. And tapi dia tak kacau kita, dia kat situ, dia tengah tengok kita,
Baby dia
and kita tengah tengok dia.
chilling.
That's you know that is not as scary as it. It doesn't feel scary. It feels more like mysterious.
Mysterious lah.
You just really want to play detective.
It's like you see a Bigfoot or UFO.
exactly.
The fuck?
Because after that I wanted to know more about it.
Yeah.
So that was I was asking the locals,
right.
sini banyak orang buang hantu kat sini. Oh ya betul bos. Sini memang banyak orang buang hantu. Buang kat mana? Dekat laut. Oi. So bahaya. So all that while I was travelling along that route nak pergi ke the pulau kan. So around me probably
But the
there were
thing
a
is,
lot
the
of
laut makes sense because I mean, salt absorbs negative energy. So by right, that's probably what they think. It's a landfill for
probably
entities.
I mean what else? I mean
supernatural
kalau you tanam benda tu kot, you dig a hole macam leceh kan. It's like a lot of work to just throw it. A lot of work for the person yang nak buang tu kan. Penat lah aku nak gali lubang lah pula.
So laut, I guess, is their dumping
Grounds.
grounds.
Because I also feel that probably that's the easiest way to get rid of it.
I think so. You're right.
Betul tak? I mean daripada imagine you're the guy and you've not done it one or twice, you've done it 1,000 times, 100 times.
Yeah.
Kan? Takkan every time you nak pergi hutan gali lubang
Betul lah.
tanam
Betul.
and whatnot,
Yeah,
right?
you're right.
Penat kan?
Yeah.
So the easiest way is actually dia don't do dekat laut. Pergi naik boat je, pinjam membernya boat. Okay, let's speed away.
But when they throw it in a bottle though, bottles float.
Yeah, bottles float.
So they should throw it into something that so the thing goes all the way into.
And that's why I didn't see that. I didn't continue the journey with the Bomo guy to see where he. If I had time, I probably would. I wanted to go and see mana kau pergi buang, how far deep. I mean, how far out
Ke laut,
ke laut kan, or just dekat aja. I think they go quite far lah.
Yeah.
Maybe the logic behind it, they do want it to travel back. Maybe they put some weight. It sinks down to the ocean.
But that is the premise of Jangan Pandang Belakang, the movie.
Yeah.
Because they found a bottle that
Yeah.
came on the
That came
shore.
from the shore to the shore.
It was a ghost.
Yeah.
I'm not sure which ghost, but it followed. It
Right.
pada belakang.
So,
Yeah.
so I mean, popular films have also depicted it that way.
Yeah.
You know, and of course there must have been some research done on is it true or not? Can it happen? Yeah, it happens. That's how it is. Lah. That's how
It is.
they escape
Yeah.
and come back
And then if you really think about it, a lot of people throw ashes in the ocean.
in the ocean. Yeah,
So if the spirits are still attached to
Yeah.
their ashes, then
Yeah.
they'll be there. So
Yes.
billions of ashes.
Technically, yeah.
Wow.
so that's why I always tell people that if you go to Sabah, if you go to these places Kudat, kan, you be aware lah. Be aware. Don't do
Buat benda yang tak.
jangan benda tak elok, especially kalau pergi pulau-pulau. Jaga orang cakap tata tertib lah. It's just normal lah. Every time you pergi tempat-tempat yang keras,
Yeah.
okay, you gotta be on your best behavior lah.
Respect the place.
You respect the place.
Yeah, we don't know what your director did before that.
That's what
Maybe he pissed in the ocean.
Probably maybe he
Who
did
knows?
something.
Yeah, he did something.
Maybe he did
This
or
Santoy
maybe
is
he
like, oh,
was
hell no.
dia orang selalu cakap kita pergi tempat-tempat macam ni kita jangan bongkak lah. Jangan kita jangan bongkak.
Jangan buka. It's true.
Jangan bongkak kan. Just
Yeah.
so, and lalu tempat-tempat selalu cakap Assalamualaikum. It's the standard things that you do.
Adat lah.
Right? Adat. Right? Yeah. So I think that night, like I said lah, boys before a shoot the next day we were playing some blackjack, gambling skate,
Right.
smoking up skate, nakal kan. So
I mean, that's okay.
That's okay, right?
Yeah,
But
Those things happen.
but then that's probably what triggered it to visit us that
Yeah.
night.
Maybe.
Like you said, they smelled us.
They smelled you guys.
Budak-budak setan ni.
Betul setan lah. Saya nak tahu
Setan,
lah
I'm
siapa
going
ni.
after you.
Dah kacau lah.
Kena cari kawan
If
baru.
you imagine yourself, put yourself in its shoes.
Yeah.
Okay. That's right. Put yourself in its shoes, right? And tiba-tiba malam tu ada company. Some people here.
Yeah.
Let's just go float around. Float around and visit. But the problem is, your hair is wet, dude. You're dried first.
Yeah.
You
No,
probably not.
It just came up from the water for
It just
sure.
came up from the water.
It just came from the water.
You just go.
Or it's always wet.
Exactly, it's always wet. I just want to know how far would they go? Are they there to just see you, or do they actually want to spook you out? I always thought macam what is in their head.
You want to find out?
I don't want to find out. These are questions when you talk about this, right? When you talk about
Yeah.
the beings, right? I just want to see their
What are the
state of mind.
limitations, Ken?
Yeah. What are they up to?
Yeah.
What are they up to when they want to like appear or make them look at you kejap or sekejap?
Interesting. Maybe if your director did not accidentally attack it,
Yeah.
it could have taken him.
Maybe
He was checking if he was asleep.
Yeah. Ataupun dia akan masuk ke dalam and make his way towards my bed. I takut tu je. Kan? They can float into the opening and
It stopped at the first line of defense.
nasib baik that night memang I planned that night.
Yeah.
I tidur paling ujung sekali kan. I cok masuk bilik tu cakap okay cok aku cok yang ini yang paling ujung. Because you gotta know the orang cakap the tips lah when you go filming at places yang remote yang tak banyak orang pergi kan. Especially you nak berkampung kat satu malam tempat baru bro. Tempat baru ni you gotta have that orang cakap the smartness lah.
Yeah.
Or uninhabited places for a while.
Exactly kan. So you gotta take care of yourself kan. Kalau you rasa you boleh avoid you avoid.
You gotta be respectful.
Respectful
Yeah,
satu, and at the same time jangan pergi buat benda-benda bodoh lah.
Yalah.
Jangan nak macam alamak nak kencing tapi kau tunggu tengah tak kencing, tiba bangun tengah malam, alamak toilet kat sana, kau kena
Minta
lalu
izin
gelap,
lah.
kau kena buat torchlight, aku cek pasal lah. So maknanya to me pergilah kencing awal-awal sebelum tidur. Lepas tu jangan minum air lagi. Kau nanti bangun tengah malam pukul 1, nobody's gonna teman you bro. Kau pergi seorang lah bro. No, you go your own bro.
Yeah, I have felt that before.
Have you, right?
I have, man. I was in a tent.
Yeah.
And I decided not to kencing that night. I was like, tak ada. In the middle of the night, I heard footsteps around my tent.
It's belum.
No, this is at Jarambasu, kat Pahang.
Right.
And then it was around my tent. It was like I didn't pee from almost 1 a.m. until subuh, until I heard the bang.
Right.
And we were right by the stream.
Yeah.
So after that, lari.
So I think whenever you're put in those kind of situations, it's every man for himself. So you kena pandai-pandai sendirilah. Betul.
It's like what they say, right? I don't have to run fast, I just have to run faster than you.
Exactly kan. Because kalau tiba-tiba dia buat hal ke, dia kacau kita ke, ada apa, kita kena pandai-pandai lah.
You have to.
I mean because some of us would be calm. Some of us are calmer than others, right?
Yeah.
Some are calm, jadi dia boleh baca ayat kursi, kan? But some of us just akan freeze, right? You will just freeze and you just so what would you do?
What would you do? Right.
I always imagine that. Kan, what would you do when you are encountered by one that's probably a bit nasty? Kan, dia muka pun dah memang hodoh lah. Kan, memang menakutkan lah. I mean, their degree of menakutkan in the faces of them, right? So ni memang horror lah. Kan? Kau tengok pun, she's. So what do you do?
I wouldn't know until it happens.
Exactly. You wouldn't know, right?
The moment it happens, I'll decide.
You wouldn't know.
But apparently they're supposed to be more afraid of us.
Yeah, that's what they say lah. That's what they say kan. I mean, they don't normally can cross over to our world and appear.
Takutkan is not their first priority.
Probably not. I don't think so.
I think we're just in their hood.
Exactly. So that's what happened
in their neighborhood
to me lah in Sabah back in late early 2000, I think.
So nothing recent past 20 years?
No, nothing. After that, nothing because dia macam ni tau. I am the kind of person whenever I have to do something yang nak pergi bangun pergi toilet malam kan, I akan selalu cakap memang dia ada kat belakang tu. Dia akan ada. And especially when you're washing your face and the first sight of it, look at the mirror. You have that feeling, right? It's always mind playing tricks on you. Kan you dah ni basuh tapi you tahu, you buka mata janganlah ada. Tak ada, memang tak ada pun. So but dia akan ada kat situ kan. So in that way you boleh rasa confident sikit. Kalau tidak you akan you won't want to go and do it. So you kena paksa diri. Because I went to a boarding school kan. Boarding school stories I have a lot actually, but I tak nampak myself. But I just share lah because I went to this school called Royal Military College, RMC. So RMC, we were at that time we were on top of a hill though. Okay, Sungai Besi. We were on top of a hill. Our dorm was up on top of a hill. So there's a lot of stories. Anjing kawat dekat basketball court malam lah. And then ini gila babinya. Because this was actually something happened in the 70s. One RMC boy drowned in the lake kat bawah tu. So hantu ni. Dia ada nama dia. This particular name ada nama dia. It come to me. But this tale, kalau every RMC boy knows about this tale.
Right.
Kan? And they drowned because he was trying to save another guy. Okay.
Right.
So
man, that's tragic.
Tragic.
That's tragic.
Yeah. So and then he would visit. Visit certain times of the year. Macam tu. Hantu. I must know the name. It will pop up. Yeah.
So a lot of
nama dia. Yeah, it goes by the name. Something.
Okay.
Like Hassan or something like that. Kan. So that is the most famous Naik Bulu tales lah. Kalau nak cerita pasal boarding school lah. Boarding schools have a lot of tales.
They do.
I mean, a lot,
So
not just in RMC. A lot of boarding schools. I think if we if you guys were to do something about boarding school tales of the
Interesting. That is. I like that idea.
of Naik Bulu tales kan, a special
Edition.
of boarding schools. Banyak. And dia berbeza-beza. Ni yang RMC punya anjing pakai drill boot berkawat tu. And my friend saw
Anjing apa?
Anjing okay, anjing ni pun dia ada sekumpulan anjing. Dia pun famous juga.
Right.
Because this anjing kononnya kena tembak lah, mati. Because we were actually adjacent to Balakong ni hutan. RMC ni kat atas bukit Sungai Besi, belakang Balakong ni hutan.
Right, okay.
So ada anjing,
Ghost dogs.
There are about 4 or 5 dogs, and they will berkawat tu macam berkawat
Like entourage.
but they will wear the drill boot
Of the soldiers.
yes.
Oh, wow.
So anjing tu berkawat pakai drill boot dekat depan
That's
basketball
interesting.
court.
Oh my
friend saw about 3 o'clock in the morning, masa dia nak pergi toilet. Dia masuk, dia tengok apa tu. Dia nampak anjing tengah berkawat. Terus dia masuk.
That is so weird.
Weird lah. So these are the tails.
Like all 4 of their legs is
all
wearing.
4 of the legs lah. Yeah, I would think so lah. All 4 of their
Oh
legs
my
and
goodness.
tengah berkawat.
That is-
Ataupun
that's-
mungkin dia tak nampak drill boot tetapi dia dengar bunyi tak 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 tak. So he assumed
Okay.
anjing
Okay.
tu pakai drill boot.
Right.
Okay, so maybe
Okay.
the noises it makes
Maybe.
is the drill boot and not
Okay.
wearing one. Okay,
Yeah.
faham. Okay,
Yeah.
hellhound. Hellhounds.
Wow.
So any my friend nampak and then he conveyed to us and became orang cakap story of the times lah. Memang kita akan ingat sampai bila-bila kan.
Legends.
Legends lah. The legends of the tales lah dekat boarding schools.
It's a good idea.
Night boarding tales.
Kan. But that's the thing. I never encountered.
Okay.
I never got the chance to like. I never was in any position that I would put myself to akan nampak benda ni.
That's a good thing.
It's a good thing lah.
Yeah,
It's a good thing lah. Kan.
Yeah, it's a
So you tak
blessing.
cari
Yeah.
pasal lah. You're just
Yeah,
like doing your own thing.
I'm doing my own
Yeah.
thing kan. Like I say, remember kencing sebelum tidur. Jangan dah pergi toilet bagi
Prevention is better than cure.
Much better.
Great
Yes.
advice.
Yes, don't. Because yang pergi boarding school punya toilet lagi seram, lagi you know.
Oh, yeah,
Schools, toilets in all the schools in Malaysia. are haunted.
Exactly.
Every public school, SKBD.
Yes.
My daughter goes to SKBD.
Correct. And imagine going to take a leak 2-3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Seram bro.
If you guys, any of you guys been to Kudat or had any stories about Kudat, I mean, just write down in the comments for us, man.
For sure, I think a lot will probably share with you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'd love to hear it. Or you know, boarding school stories.
Those boarding school boys,
We know there's a lot
Come
of
on.
stories.
share with us, please.
Share with us.
I'd love to have you on.
Well, hey, Yusma, thank you so much.
Thanks so much, dude.
Welcome
Hey,
so much.
thanks for coming
I
on.
hope you guys, I hope your viewers enjoyed that story.
I think they will.
It's not your typical run up the mill punya ghost encounter. sangat.
We welcome all kinds.
Yeah,
This
man.
is just more.
We've had heartwarming stories.
Yeah.
So it's we love the variety, you know. I mean, of course, 90% of people always want to be scared, right? But it's gonna be the stories will actually like make you feel like,
Every time I tell my story, the Kudat incident, everybody will just burst out laughing sebenarnya.
No, because the idea,
The ending is the ending is actually the hantu goes back to his friends. Orang kawan dia tanya, apa sih taring kau mana? Pergilah.
you just see this one black the whole dude.
Ada mak tu tendang muka aku.
Before we leave, don't forget subscribe, comment, and like. Hope you guys enjoyed our show.
Yeah, that was a very interesting
A
one.
little bit
I like it.
lighthearted today, but it was a really awesome story too. Thanks so much, Yusma.
You're
Again.
welcome, guys. You're welcome.
Yeah, for taking your
I
time.
enjoyed my time. I enjoyed sharing the story.
It's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
We popped your podcast.
Yeah, you did.
Cherry.
You did.
Yeah, pod
I hope it was as good for you as it was for
It
us.
was brilliant. Yeah,
Man.
It brought me back to that time lah.
Oh, shit.
Definitely.
Oh
nice.
yeah. And you know what? We're visualizing things. It's just
Yeah, it's so
it's
fresh in my mind because it's in front of my eyes.
Yeah,
Like
I
this.
know.
Crazy.
Hard to believe it or not. Like,
Yeah.
please believe it or not.
Yeah, exactly.
Is it happening? Okay, thanks, guys. We're gonna have more guests in the next few weeks.
Yeah.
I think next month is Halloween. Oh man, we can't wait.
Look out for our special episode 2.
Yep.
Yeah, which we'll share with you guys later on. But for now, my name is Viral,
And I'm Mo.
and this is
Naik bulu tail.